Hi everyone, welcome back to Our the Star Wars Story, and today we're going to be talking about the third episode of Asajj Ventress' story. I finally got around to watching it. Oh my word, it was the best episode out of all three of them. Best one yet. So we start out with them in this desert area, going through, they see a homestead, and Lyco's like, hey, let's stop, maybe they'll know. And she's like, yeah, they'll know anything about the hidden path. Somewhere in the, and Ventress is like, yeah, someone in the middle of nowhere is gonna know anything about this. She's being sarcastic. She doesn't think they're gonna know a single thing. They get there, knock on the door, and blaster fire starts. Whip out their sabers, start fighting, manage to get the door open, block the blaster so it can no longer work. And it's this little girl. I'm like, no way she lives here alone. And then suddenly she's like, Grandpa, Jedi. And he's like, let's not be so quick. And he's like, let's not be so quick. They walk in and they start looking around. He's like, get them some water. And he's talking to his granddaughter. And you see Separatist medals. And I'm like, oh, okay. Huh. Okay, I think I know where this is going. And then, so he starts going on about how they could have used more people like Ventress. And he thinks Lyco, or I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, are, working, they're both from the Separatists. He doesn't know that Lyco is a Jedi yet. Doesn't know. He does find out later in the episode, but doesn't know yet. And so he's going on, and then he's like, Lady Ventress. And so that's when she gets that, oh, he worked with the Separatists. That's when she finally, everything clicks to her. And it was just kind of funny, seeing her face of, oh, that's what that is. And then, so finally, she's like, well, I need to get here, and he's like, oh, it's kind of hard, but my granddaughter can get you as close as there, but all I ask in return is that you go with her to get the water, because there have been a lot of raiders, and last time I met with raiders and got injured. So they go and get the water, they get there, and the ship breaks down while they're filling up the second 2 bottles of water. The raiders come, they start attacking, and then one of them starts speaking a language while they're trying to speed away, because they got the ship up and running, they're trying to get away now, but then one of them jumps on their ship and starts speaking a language. And Lyco understands it. And he has this look of, he understands, he has this look of understanding, come over him, and so that's when he gets it, oh, okay, I know what they're talking. And then so finally they get to the stopping, they get to the point where, they hit a rock and it causes them to stop, and he's he pulls the blaster away from the little girl, he puts down his own lightsaber, he's like, I know what they're saying. And so he talks to them for a little bit, and, he's like, well, I am a Jedi, right? Because Ventress is like, you understand them? And he's like, well, I am a Jedi, right? I also love something about this episode that they really added in. They added in that he's still a kid. He's still a teenager that likes to, do stuff like a normal kid would. He played a prank on Ventress, whenever they were, because she was trying to get some water out of her bottle, and this is earlier in the episode. And there's none in there, and so she's she rolls her eyes, she's annoyed about it. And then so he starts, handing her bottle, shaking it in front of her. So she finally takes it, tries to get a sip, and it's empty, and he just starts laughing. So I really like that they added in there that he's still a kid. I really, really liked that. And I thought that was, super sweet. But moving back, so he's like, I understand them, and who knows, maybe we can make a deal. Because the farmer, he doesn't know, like I said, he doesn't know that Lyco is a Jedi yet. But he does know, or that it's a Jedi. He thinks that he's working with Ventress. Which technically he is, but he's not working with Ventress like they were Separatists. He's working with her to get to the path. But I really liked, how Ventress was and he's like, well, what are you gonna do? What about the old man? He's like, that's where you come in. And so Ventress, once they go back, the old man sees them coming with the raiders and they're about to shoot, but then they're, friendly, and so he's like, well, what do they want? And Ventress is like, well, you've been stealing their water. He's like, well, we have as much right to the water as they do, and she's like, yes, but that's not any different right now. Doesn't matter at the moment. You've been stealing from them. And the last time you did it, you got injured. And so they're and she's like, well, we're just wanting to make peace. And he's like, I don't want peace. She's like, he's like, it's been war. And she's like, no, it hasn't been. It's all just been you. You don't know what else to do. You've only known fighting. Because he fought in the war. That's all he knows. And, like, that was, like, really sad. Like, the realization come over his face that he doesn't know anything else. Like, it's hard for change to happen. And I really like, how they showed that, like, change is hard. It's not always easy. And, like, for him, realizing that you can be friends. You don't have to be enemies with everyone. You don't always have to fight. Was, like, crazy. And then, like, the realization come on his face whenever he realized that Laika was a Jedi. And she's like, but I work with him. He's my friend. Like, it showed that even the two sides that were against each other can be friends. They can work together. I liked how they did that so much. And so the Raiders take Laika and Ventress to the Hidden Path. They get to the ship. And so it's like, oh, this was, like, such a good episode. Because, like, we have them, like, realizing that change can happen. That friends can be, like, enemies can become friends. Like, we had so many good things in this. And then it's, like, kind of like a bittersweet ending, and, like, he's like, you're not coming with me? And she's like, no, I think you're better off without me. And he's like, well, what about Quinlan? You've been looking for him forever. And she's like, well, I'm not anymore. Like, I feel like she finally realized that her and Quinlan were probably gonna go separate ways anyway. And as sad as that, like, makes me feel, like, I feel like she realized that, like, her and Quinlan were different people. They fought on different sides. And yes, they became friends. Yes, they fell in love, but I think she knew that this was his calling and that she had a different one. And so they had to go their different ways at some point. I think she realized that. And so that, like, really made me sad, like, seeing her, like, I'm not looking for him anymore. And then seeing her be like, go on then, you gotta go catch your ship. And so after he, like, runs off, it was crazy to see, like, him go, and then, like, they kept the ending going. I'm like, I would have thought they would have ended it by now. So there must be something coming. I was really honestly hoping to see Quinlan, like, because, like, I had accepted that, yeah, this was, like, he probably wasn't going to be in here, but I still had this, like, little bit of hope. And then I was like, wait. And then, like, the ship flies overhead, and she, like, looks up and kind of smiles a little bit. I'm like, wait, Laika isn't on that ship, is he? And then, like, 5 seconds later, he's like, wait. And I'm like, oh, okay, like, I'll take this, like, this is a good friendship. But I have so many, like, and she's like, you missed the ship, didn't you? He's like, no, I just thought it would be better to stay with you. She's like, you definitely missed the ship. And he's like, no, I just thought I liked hanging out with you. And she's like, uh-huh. And so she smiles and they, like, take off. And I loved seeing that. Like, this is a friendship that's going. Like, this is a friendship. And I loved it. Like, seeing this so much. Now I have so many questions, like, after the episode ending, like, what happens in between that ending and the Bad Batch? Where is Laika at? Where is he? Like, I need to know now. I need another, like, a full series just dedicated to this. I need to know what happened to him. Because, like, honestly, like, you can't just leave us like that. Like, I know these episodes, they're supposed to be, like, filler episodes. Like, they fill in, like, what happened here, or how this happened, or previous events before this happened. So I need to know what happened with that. I really, really do. But yeah. That was the final episode of the Ventress series. Now, fingers crossed that we get a full series dedicated to Ventress now. I need it so much. Next up, I will be covering the Cad Bane episodes, which I'm really excited to watch. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, God bless. Bye, guys. Have a wonderful day.